Jet Junction, Manchester. Get to know about it if you don't know. You're only allowed to eat if you're a City fan, not United. Right, man, that's the dream, bro. Imagine waking up, making a coffee and then walking a few yards and saying I'm coming to work and this is what work looks like. That's a goal, man. One day. I'll just keep it at this level.
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. When I'm given the opportunity to work on an arrangement, I like to do one thing and one thing only. Help people keep that nostalgic feeling. I want them to hear however it's being played and feel like, you know what, this took me back. At a piano. Add that jazz in there. So I got the horns doing the body and then the strings doing little stuff. Bam, bam. Da, da, bam. I want it to sound like it's just a big bundle of coming together. So from here. Building, just like, and then to get to the end, hold it there. That is how you end the show. Growing up, I'm a PK, which is a pastor's kid, so I've grown up in the Christian faith. I was raised in the Christian faith. My parents were Christian ministers for as long as I can remember.
2004-05, somewhere there, we started our church in Manchester.
We had nothing. We did not have worshippers, we did not have musicians, and we had to hire people to come and play the music. Terry's dad decided
to force him to learn how to play the keyboard.
So I was like, no, I'm not interested in the piano. I don't want to learn the music. Like, I hate it.
We had to indoctrinate him and force him to get the vision.
I wasn't that kid as a baby who would run to the drums in church or run to the piano. I just never liked it. I would just walk past the instrument.
Of course, he didn't want to, but being African parent.
We don't take no for an answer.
I paid one gentleman, I think less than 10 lessons.
And he taught me the fundamentals. He taught me the names of all the white keys. After 6 months, I kind of caught the bug and I was like, okay, I like this. So I started to like it, started to play at church. We didn't have a drummer, we didn't have a bass player. I was the musician. It was me playing the piano on a Yamaha PSR and the singers singing. Let's just do these 6 songs because it's got half an hour set. I want us to play all the songs and then we can add them in and out. I think one of the biggest things that's misunderstood about being a musical director and a show producer is that your actually main #1 priority is the artist. Not your colleagues, not the people you hire, but the artist's vision and bringing that to life is what's #1. This is the reason why we're here, guys. Yes, this is the superstar, so they're trusting with their baby, their project, something they've put their life into. So your priority should be their vision and bringing that to life. Now as an MD, as a musical director, as a show producer, you have a lot of areas that you need to take care of, a lot of people you need to lead, but essentially that should start with the vision of the artist being the guiding light, the North Star, and then everything else under that.
I'm loving it. Hello, this is the first time I've heard my music live. Like, what the flip? I'm happy.
When we first had the idea to put together a charity gala, and we were looking for an overall entertainment and music producer. We were looking for a number of different people and options, and Terry King's name became available. And as we did a bit of research and looked into him, I was like, we're never going to get this guy. We'll never get him, given his background, an experience to come and work on our project. But then thankfully somebody reached out and it was a go, and he was up for doing it. It's not just that he agreed to musically produce our charity gala, he agreed to be involved with us from the very beginning to the end. So he was supporting us on all kinds of decisions, whether music, entertainment, or overall gala related. And he did it because he wanted to be part of what we were putting together. He did it from such a personal and authentic place. So I was always nitpicking on the details. You know, have you done this? Has that been sorted out? Like, how are you going to approach that? And he was always very much that, don't worry, got it under control. And then on the night, it just all went brilliantly. It all went according to plan, so smoothly, and everybody talked about the kind of music production of our event.
Greatest band in Manchester. You ain't gonna get a serious studio without this piece of gear. You ain't. When it got time to college, I started to feel like, you know what, I really want to do this for a living. Now that was a hard pill to swallow for my parents, because in their mind, we forced this boy to do this as a hobby. At the weekend, during the week, put a suit on and go to work, because you're smart, you're a straight A student, you know, go and become an accountant, a software engineer, a lawyer. That was their plan.
I knew he was very sharp academically. I wanted him to do software engineering.
He didn't care whether we are going to be moody, whether we're going to be angry with him, or he would just have to do what he had to do. We began to accept it and just know that this is Terry's path because of how resilient he was.
Because I forced him, you know, so all the credit should come to me, please.
We are sitting there, we are watching telly, you would switch it off, you would stand right in front of you, and you would start talking. You would think he's giving you a 10 minutes talk. No, it can even go up to
2-3 hours. And then when I'd have to go and cook dinner, he'd follow me down to the kitchen with his laptop and make me listen to everything that he was basically learning.
Something that we did not even understand at all, he would just go on and on and on. He won't stop. That's Terry for you.
Sharp guy. I don't know where he gets it from. Maybe from me. Whether from mom or dad. I think it's from me.
I don't see a limit for a guy like that. Probably see him, I don't know, MD in the Olympics or something coming up. But nah, man, like probably one of the more inspiring people that I am very grateful and humble to be connected to.
As you all know, we've been on this journey with Amma for the last few months, getting her artist ready. So she's an incredible songwriter, and now she's jumping into her artistry. I know she's been itching to get going, rehearsing. This is what we rehearsed for, so.
I met him at church. I met him in the house of God. Mr. King was the MD at the time. He's on a different trajectory. He's a bit of a madman, a bit delusional at times, but you know, delusion's a good thing. A bit egotistical at times as well, but ego is also all right.
I'll tell my younger self that don't be fixated on gigs or opportunities or one-off things, but be fixated on how can I build a career for myself that's lasting for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Early on in my career, I'd been touring as a session musician, and the higher up the gigs I started to do, I was starting to be exposed to more of the process of actually putting a show together. And I think that's what kind of got me obsessed with, oh wow, I'm just playing a really small part of a big project, but I've got such a desire, a push or a draw towards putting the entire show together musically, building the whole vision from start to finish. You can hear your voice as well. I think your voice will even be louder than this a little bit. Oh, you like it? It's good. It's good. So, still have the soul in it. It's like the soul is gone. Nah, it's good. It's good, but like you're thinking too much now. I know. Try to have a split the difference of dynamics, but then still keep the emotion in the music. My dream project would be Super Bowl with John Mayer, Teddy Campbell on drums, myself on keys, Bud D Strong on organ, bass. I'll have to get back to you on that one. Guitars, I'll have to get back to you on that one, but yeah, that's the dream.
He's just go all the time, and I'm gonna do it. I might not have all the tools, I might not know everything, but I'm gonna figure it out. He's a person who doesn't do cheat codes.
It's not something that just came on a silver platter, no. He worked very hard, he worked so, and he continues to work so hard. And most of these things are just self-taught.
No surprises, no shock, because of how he's always pushed himself and what he does. To other people, it might be like, oh wow, but we know what he's put in to get to where he is, so You can't be surprised by what he's done.
That's what I'm confused enough. Go painting my stomach from all the lies that I've told. 'Cause they ain't like my sister, it's not the drugs I'm abusing. Hope the relationship repeat up in the nucleus charge. We had Terry, he's helped me put everything together.
Proud of you. Sorry, I'm sweating. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Terry and I met working for Tim's. I was brought in to be the musical director for our Coachella performance and onward. And Terry was already in the camp as an arranger and playback engineer. We clicked like this day one. That's my bro. He keeps it 1000% with how he feels, and if he feels as though you should know something that's going on, and a wealth of knowledge. And as a musical director, as an arranger, as a programmer, as a musical genius.
We should document our stories, do you know what I mean? Because I've had a career in this thing, 14 years now. I wish I'd been doing this sooner, because when I'm like 50 and I'm telling my kids about all the stuff I've done since I was 17 as a professional musician, it would be nice to have this stuff to show them with. Yeah. I've got stories to show them word of mouth, but it's not going to hit the same. Just 5-bedroom houses are 300 grand in Wakefield. Detached, with a garage. It's the best place on earth. Thank you. Welcome to Shepherd's Bush. So, play the main groove, please. You're in Dana. Bit drier type of sound. Shorter release.
They have a gig. He doesn't have a ticket. You would just go and wait at the backstage for them to finish just to say hello. And sometimes you would get home around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And after that, you would call Dad and say,
Dad, there's no buses anymore. Can you come and pick me up? That's his drive.
I was at church at the time. It was like a Sunday afternoon. I was like, yeah, I'll come to the Apollo and do some arrangements with Peter Andre. Of course I will. I was at 17, you know what I mean? Did that. Then the next thing was like, can you play jazz? I was like, yeah. Do you want to play for the tour? Yeah.
You got this artist, and like I said, that time we are not where we are today. Things were a bit tough here and there, and Terry had a keyboard, and it didn't have a case. He had to put his keyboard in a, those bin bags, the plastic bags, the black ones, and went on the train with it. He didn't care. He didn't care. All he cared about was he's going to do what he likes to do the most. But our hearts were broken for him, just to say, our son really needs this. And at that point in time, we couldn't really offer him what he needed.
I'm at the stage in my career now where I just collect keyboards. This is my baby. Look at the pristine condition. Listen, at the beginning of my career, I couldn't afford the keyboard. My parents couldn't afford to buy me a keyboard. They did the best. And I always said to myself, I'm going to have a house full of keyboards. And my kids are going to just see their dad with so many keyboards. Now, I think I'm on 18. I'm probably going to be about 23, 24 by the end of the year. Look how heavy this is. It's almost the size of me. Definitely. I used to look at all the venues in Manchester and then say, look, who's coming. Back then, when I was probably would have been like Pixelot times, Peter Andre times, Jesse J, early. And I used to be like, okay, well, I'm after college. I'm going to leave college early and go stand outside the tour bus and knock on the door and hopefully meet the band. Because it was Facebook times and MySpace time. You didn't have Instagram where you knew who everyone was working with and people didn't post. And that's how I met people. And then that's how I met Smooth at the time, who was MD and Jesse J. And then he ended up giving me my first professional gig, which was Peter Andre.
I am so excited about his evolution as a musical director, as a programmer. We worked on everything from New Edition to Nas to Giveon, so many things far and few in between. And this latest thing, him being a co-writer and co-producer on my title track on my new album, Humble Magic. Terry sent me an idea for that track and we just took it and blew it up.
Adam Blackstone, Humble Magic, featuring Trombone Shorty that I produced. I did it in here, in this rare room. It took me about a night. Yeah. I started at like 6 p.m. and finished at like 5 a.m. and I just went home and I was done and I forgot about it. Get to know. 6-1 Live.
Well, right there, that bus stop is where I used to wait for my bus to go home. I lived about an hour away from here. From one bus, get a second bus, get here. And just, with all the dream of being on some of the biggest stages in the world at 16, 17, 18 years old. And now when I look back at 29, having achieved everything I've achieved so far, it's just a blessing. No matter what I go on to do, you'll always know that this is the foundation for it. So hopefully one day we might have a Terry King course. When I first got started, I used to think, okay, I'm an MD, I can kind of have a template of how I work for each project. But what's been crazy is every single project I've worked on, every single artist, it's always different. My process changes slightly. I guess my subconscious and how I go into it, my planning changes. The results are always the same. That's one thing I always try to stay consistent on because you're only as good as your previous job, your last show, your last gig. Jonathan, we love you, but yeah, I just need a bit more training, a bit more speed. I need someone a bit quick on Ableton. Extending stuff, it's got to be quick, bro. It's not really good.
I'll tell you, man, he's going to tell me how it is as well. He ensures that there's a relationship between the artists and the musicians, which is vital. Honestly, that chemistry plays a part on and off the field.
Who are you playing with?
Amma.
Oh, nice, yeah. You got Instagram?
Yeah.
We're here at All Points East today with Big Boss Oga. Sorry, let me.
This guy. I'm rolling in like a superstar. So this is literally your second show. You got new different ears, so don't be hard on yourself. All I want you to do is have a good time. Make sure you're having a good time, and you're gonna have a good time because we're having a good time with you. Yeah, that's what we do. Because we're not perfect. We all make mistakes, We make mistakes. Nah, no one's playing at gunpoint today, bro. No one's playing at gunpoint today.
Let's go, stage time. The people have been listening. If You Don't Love Me, Amma, absolute banger.
Yo, turn around. Yeah. Look at me. That means you want more keys. We're just gonna commit the show into your hands. Pray that it's a blessed show, that people's lives are touched. We pray for the band, pray for Lauren, pray for God that you just be with us, anoint our fingers, anoint our feet, anoint our voices, right, God. Let you take all of the glory in the performance. Pray that you just give us.
But it got confusing. Trying to find more time instead, that's what I'm consuming. I've got pain in my stomach from all the lies that I've told. If they ain't like my sister, it's not the drugs I'm abusing. I've been lurking, scheming, plotting, keeping focused long enough to see the facade. All the lies,
Well done, mate.
People took chance on me when I started my career. Jay hit me on. Did he tell you the story?
I just hit Terry up on Instagram because I'd seen his stuff and knew he was a cool guy. And said I've just moved to London and I'm trying to get into the session world. If you're ever around, let's hang out. And he said, no, I can't hang out, but here's my number. It's always good to know a guitarist. And that happened to be, I think, the week or 2 weeks before he was looking for the musicians for the Amma band. Before yesterday, I performed in front of 400 was my biggest show, and then yesterday was, I think they'd said like 12 to 14,000.
He's a big teddy bear and he's so passionate about young people. I think people do know that though, but young musicians, and not necessarily just musicians, but just young people coming up in whatever industry, because he's all over. He's not just in music, he's in property, development, all that stuff, tech. He loves all that stuff. So I'd say, yeah, that he's really a teddy bear, and like, he loves his parents so much.
I think I want some grandchildren. Did you hear that?
You know, he's the most talkative in our house. He talks and he doesn't stop. Sometimes everyone is just quiet, minding their own business. The moment he comes in, you know, he just takes you where he wants, you know. And you have to join him on the journey. Talk to him.
Pouches, I've got about 6 of these. These are filled with stuff I've done, been board member guest on, backstage passes, tours I've done, festivals, hotel keys from all around the world. I want to show my kids that their dad was a legend. This particular project is one of my favorite projects. It was one of my favorite artists, Justin Timberlake. So I got asked to do a TV show with him for one of his singles called No Angels, which was great. We did Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and we did iHeartRadio, live festival and different stuff. And then I got the call to do the tour. What happened is the MD hit me. He said, Justin wants a big band intro. Give me a big band intro. Big band to me, what I thought was, oh, 1930s, swing, big band, horns, big brass, like that's what I thought. In fact, what he just meant was kind of just a big band moment. And it worked out because it sounded so good. They loved it and they kept it.
I wanna love you for
those segue vocals and having this loop under there.
I just wanna love you for eternity.
And these guitars.
I wanna love you for eternity.
And then here we go into like a segue moment. Before, this is all before the song. So this is kind of like a segue interlude, however you want to call it. And then again, in true Terry fashion, big band, I had to take it there. 1, 2. So we're in song mode now. We're in the song. And then this is the verse. And even just that end, just that exit of that section.